Hello everyone, so today I'm going to make a video, an introductory video about the Diana F. Now, the reason I'm making this is I'm actually helping a friend who is interested in trying this camera but is not really sure where to start. So I hope this will actually help you guys as well, and let's begin. So first off, this camera, the Diana F, is actually a plastic bodied 120 film format camera, or it's a, as what most people call it, it's a medium format toy camera. And the reason it's called as such because unlike the other cameras that we know, the Diana F uses a 120 format film. It's actually a lot bigger than your 35mm, which look like this. So you have a wider, bigger film. So that's basically it, which is actually good if you want more details in your pictures. So that's that. So I'm just gonna quickly go over the parts and how and what's their purpose and what's their use, and then I'm gonna proceed with showing you how to load the film. So the Diana F Plus is just one example of the many types and I guess evolutions of the Diana plastic camera. If you go to eBay or some thrift stores, you'll see that there's like a lot of camera that looks the same, but the names at the front are different. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to explain how to use the, sorry, I can't talk, to use the Diana F, but for the most part, the previous types of Diana should work the same. There's only some minor differences which wouldn't be so bad. Anyway, so the Diana F, one of the main differences between this unit and the other Diana units is this one has interchangeable lenses. When you buy the kit, you actually get the 75mm plastic lens. At the front, you are able to change or indicate the distance between yourself and your camera and the subject or the subjects that you're taking picture of. So that's between 1 to 2 meters up to 4 meters up to infinity, which I guess landscape pictures and such. At the bottom part of the camera or the lens, I think it's part of the lens. Oh no, it's part of the camera body. So when you remove this, that's how you remove the lens. It's actually difficult at first, so you had to put in a bit of a force, but just be careful not breaking any plastic parts or whatever. It's kind of like hard to tell how hard is hard and how too much is too much and all that. But anyway, at the bottom part of the lens barrel, you will see 4 indicators right here. You have, I don't think it's focusing really well on my camera, but anyway, so you have the cloudy, you have the shade, I'm not sure how to call that, the sunny, and the pinhole. Now you use this indicator right here to determine what's the setting that you need light wise. Also, interesting note is that you can actually take pictures using you can take pinhole pictures using this camera with or without the lens. So if you are interested with that, just let me know. I'll try to make a separate video out of it. And so yeah, moving on, at the top part of the lens barrel, you have the N and the B modes. The N is more like the normal / natural mode, so it's good. It's mostly good for your regular shooting preferences, but if you want to do either long exposures or if you need more, if you want to manually determine how long you're going to open your aperture, then you have to move the indicator to the B mode so that you can do bulb shooting. So that's that. At the top part of your camera, you have the film advancer, and on the left side you have two holes right there, which serve oh man, I can't talk really, which serve as your hot shoe flash mount. The Diana F actually uses this flash. It comes with the kit, and you can actually put the battery under inside. I believe this uses one AA battery, and then you just turn on the switch, and then if you want to test if the battery works, you can press this button right here to manually fire the flash, and then you can just mount it like this. If you want some, if you want some funky colors with that, you can put a gel filter right here inside so that you'll get, I don't know, such things as colors such as red, green, or whatever. This is what the gel filter look like. If you don't have this with you, you can also use colored cellophane. You can just cover this part, and then, you know, with whatever color you choose. But for this purpose, you can actually get the gel filter right like this, and then you slip it on the bulb area, and then you'll get green colored flash. If you don't have that flash with you, another option is to use an older flash model. What you could do is, I think on the kit, there is an adapter that look like this. Oh, no, not that one. Okay, anyway, before I move on. So if you want to use this flash to a different camera, you can use this adapter for this one. So that one works. Now, if you want to use a different flash for your Diana, you use this adapter right here with the two-pronged thing that fits in your hot shoe mount, and that will look like that. And then say, I only have my colors flash right here, so you just put your colors flash right there like that. So, and then just use it like your usual flash. So that's basically how the flash works. So let's move on with the back part of the camera. As you can see at the back door, you can see a slider that points to the number 16 and the number 12. The purpose of this slider is for you to determine how many exposures are you going to make out of your 120 film. And in order for you to determine which one, aside from the slider, you have to use mask. With the Diana, you have an option to not put any mask on, which yields you to 12 frames, square frames. And then if that's the case, you have to make sure that you move your indicator to number 12. And then this space right here allows you to see the number of exposures you're making, which is actually part of the paper thing included in this film. Your second option is to get smaller square frames, in which case you need to put this mask on inside the camera, which I'm going to show you in a bit. And then if that's the case, you had to move in your slider to 16. And then the other one, which I haven't tried before, so if anyone is watching this and you know how this works, if you want to do panoramic pictures, which you can, like overlapping corners, you can use another mask which has the 46.5 by 46.5. Now, I'm not saying that I know anything about this mask, but I haven't used this yet. I've heard that you can use this frame in order for you to take panoramic pictures. Okay, so that's that. And now, so how to put in these masks in the camera. So what you do is at the bottom part of your camera, there's a switch that tells you to open and close the back door of your camera. So right now it's at lock, and then you just move it on this side, and then you just slide the back door like that. Okay, so that gives it, so now you can see that this is what the camera looks like. If it's a new camera, or if you just finished shooting previously, the spool on this side is actually on this part. The reason why is because since your film advancer is here, once you advance your film moves from your left to the right side, and then when you're all done, it just gets emptied out on this side, and then you have a new empty plastic spool that you can use next time when you need to load the film. So that's that. So how to load your mask. So let's just select the 42 by 42. The only thing you need to do is make sure that you put that in the middle, and it should fit in there nicely. So now you have the 42 by 42 frame, and then you just make sure that your counter points to 16, and then load your film, and then you are ready to shoot. I'm going to make a video on how to, I'm going to add on this video on how to load the film, which I think I'm just going to do now, instead of like making a separate video out of it. So, for the purpose of this video, since I only have these two hands and the camera's in front of me, so I'm just going to make sure that that's just steady. The empty spool should be moved on this side, right here. And then you just make sure that it turns turns nicely. So just so the film is not gonna go anywhere. This is just one of my precautions when they load 120 film, because they don't have sprockets like the holes on the side. So especially if it's your first time loading 120 film, it kind of gets a bit scary because it's not. I mean, it was common. It's a common film format before, but it's not as common as it is like right now, where you can just see and buy 120 or 35mm film formats, like say in a drugstore or whatever. Anyway, so this is your film, and while I was talking, I just actually loaded that, but I'm just gonna repeat that again. So you just make sure that the film is actually in here. You just load that here, and then you make sure that the back part actually fits well on the hole right here. So that's that, and then you just pull this flap right here, and then we will load that on this side. So let's do this. So just be careful about this. Okay. I'm just gonna turn the film advance for a bit, just so I could actually see, and I could actually fit the paper in the slot. So you just do that, and then you just slowly turn that so that the paper will feed on the other side. Another way to do it is to just remove the spool, and then just feed the paper and then put it in here. So whatever works well for you. I'm just making sure that the paper is feeding well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start putting the door back and then locked it. Now the tricky part right here is to make sure that you're not over advancing the film, and the reason being is that first, the Diana F Plus, unlike the Holga, it doesn't really have a very clear back door where you can see the film count. So, and with the Lumography 120 film, their paper is actually made of black. so you don't really get to see the font that much. With other films, their number one, the print number one, does not have a tail at the top, so it just looks like a dash that's like pointed like this. So you just have to be careful with that. And then what you need to do is just slowly advance it until you see some either white triangles or white circles. And then you just have to be slow in order for you to see until you see the film count, which is number one, and then you can just start moving on. So I'm not gonna go further with that because it's a bit hard for me to look at the film counter and then talk at the same time. So that's how you load the film in Diana F Plus. In regards with film, there are different types of 120 film. You have a black and white, you have a colored negative, and you have slides. To make this video concise, yet short and concise, I'm not gonna talk about what types of film and what the differences are and all that stuff. I would suggest to go to a search engine and check what the different types of film that you could use. And I'm pretty sure there are other bloggers who are very knowledgeable about what types of film that are available. So yeah, with regards to achieving a quote-unquote the Lomo look, the Diana F is good because it actually allows you to have vignettes, which is the darkening and the blurring on the corners of your pictures. If you want to see like those crazy shift in colors, like all greens and all neon blues or whatever, a tip for that one is you have to make sure that you are using a 120 film format color slide. And then in order for you to get those really crazy colors like bright reds or whatever, tell your photo lab to cross process your film once you're done. And then what that means is that the chemicals that are supposed to be used to your color slides will not be used in order for you to develop your pictures. Rather, your photo lab will be using different chemicals which is supposed to be used to a different types of film. So they're kind of like crossing over the types of chemicals that they want to use. So that's basically how I could explain that. It's kind of like hard, but yeah. So if you want those crazy shift in colors in your pictures, you have to do that. Blurring, you won't get really sharp photos with the Diana F Plus, but if you're new to film photography and your hands are shaking or whatever, I mean, here in Canada it gets really cold, especially in the city that I live in. If you want to avoid that, I would suggest for you to use a tripod. If you want to do long exposures, maybe get a cable release and use a tripod. I think that's all that I could share. If you have any other tips as well, I mean, if anyone's watching this who is using a Diana F Plus or a similar camera, feel free to comment below on the video so that you'll be able to share your knowledge to other people, and basically to help my friend out. So yeah, so that's basically it. I hope this video was very helpful, and yeah, I guess I'll have to talk to you guys soon. Bye now.